Hello YouTube world. What we are doing today is replacing the brake booster on a 2005 Lincoln Navigator 4x4. Not that it actually matters that it's 4x4, but I'm already midstream into the process and I removed the intake assembly that connects from right here. It goes around and into that hole right over there. Sorry, right over there. And there it is, lying on the ground. Now when you remove this guy, it's actually fairly easy. There are 3 screws that hold it into the sheet metal. 1, 2, and 3 back there. Those 3 are easily unscrewed. You can see back over here the holes, 1, 2, and 3 right there. Once those 3 were removed, I was able to take the assembly out of that hole with no problem. Just prior to that, this guy here, take out the filter, stick your hand in, push a little depression in there, and the whole thing just comes right out. Makes me question whether or not this part here is actually for you to hold on to while with your other hand pushing this little thing here, whatever you want to call that, little edge holder. Now there's another one on the bottom, but that one didn't seem to make it different. I just pushed that in with my right hand through the filter assembly, pulled it back, popped right out. Once I did that, went ahead and unscrewed the power steering fluid container. Now this guy's held in by 1 screw right here on the side, and that was screwed into right over there. And on the bottom it's just some plastic fitting that just pops right out of the holes, and you can see right there that white mark, that's where it goes. So once I unscrewed that, I unscrewed the reservoir. And this is held in place by 2 screws, also easily accessible. 1 down here and 1 on the side, right there. Those are easily accessible, unscrewed, and then this whole thing slides off. A little bracket, this is a plastic indentation bracket right there. Alright, next what I'm going to do, this stuff here, once it's loose, it gives me some space to work. And I need to take the master cylinder off. This is the master cylinder. If you don't know that this is the master cylinder, turn the video off right now. Give Ricardo Mechanic. The master cylinder is held in place by 2 screws. 1 here and 1 on the other side. Now in this video right now I already unscrewed it. Before you touch the master cylinder, disconnect the electrical cable here. Pull that guy right out, and then this thing should slide right off. Once it slides right off, if you follow the lines down, you will notice that down below here are actually flexible brake lines, which will allow you to pull this back and put it to the side, so you don't have to worry about bleeding your system or emptying the reservoir. You can just move it to the side. Now when you do, don't apply any pressure to these lines or here. Make sure that it's actually held in place by either some kind of a coat hanger, metal wire, zip tie, whatever you want to use. Don't mess up your brake lines, because then you're going to be in a world of hurt. Alright, I'm going to pause the video, take this guy off. Once I do that, I'm going to go inside the cabin. Down below over here, right underneath the dash, you just follow your brake pedal up. And behind, now it's dark here, apologize for that. Hands are dirty, I don't even actually want to dirty my flashlight. Follow the brake line, the brake pedal up. Peel the firewall back a little bit. There's going to be 4 screws. Those 4 screws are what hold the brake booster to the firewall. Unscrew the 4. Disengage the little cotter pin that's holding onto the brake mechanism, and then the whole brake booster slides right out. Alright, so check it out. The vacuum tube is removed. Electrical connections are out. Got it off of this one too. And one thing that surprised me was actually the amount of gunk around this vacuum tube connector here. It was going in on every single one of these little ridges here that I needed to take a rag and wipe it down clean. So kind of brings to mind that if you have any kind of leak, you might actually be getting a lot of crud into your system. And I don't think that's too good, because that goes into your intake manifold and mixes with your oil and whatnot, and probably will reduce the life of your engine. So make sure when you put this back in that you got a nice solid fit. Make sure it's clean. Alright, you don't need any kind of lubricant or anything fancy in there. Just put it in nice and snug. So moved all this stuff to the side here to make room. Now I'm going to go inside, do those 4 bolts and that little pin. Should be good to go. So that's looking at the inside, right behind the brake. Those 4 screws right there, the nuts from those screws are going to have to be unscrewed. And don't forget the linkage pin, that green guy right there. Okay, do that linkage thing first because you want this brake booster possibly hanging all of its weight on there. It's hot. I'm in Arizona, so it's 105. It's not fun, but it's got to be done because this thing sounds like I got a rattlesnake at my feet. Alright, well, the new brake booster is in. Nice and shiny and pretty, all ready to do its job. It wasn't that much of a pain to get in. It's a little bit tight underneath that steering wheel, but other than having to break my arm in 3 places, I managed to get it out pretty quickly, and the new one in. So now I have to reconnect all the different connections, and when I come back, it should be all said and done. Oh, one thing to note is that one thing that actually did tick me off a bit was the way that this whole thing was mounted. It's mounted by 3 screws, 2 on the sides, right? 1, 2, and then 1 back there under this. So you have like an 1.5 inches to work with. You have to use your wrench. You can't use a ratchet. Can't get anything electronic in there. And that's just because of the dumb designers in Ford thinking that they could put in everything one at a time, bit by bit, and that the mechanic doesn't have to ever get there. But this is a common part that you have to take out pretty often to get to anywhere in the engine compartment, and it's a bit of a pain. I'm actually considering going on this side here, and there's a hole right here, but guess what? There was no screw there, and there is no screw. There is no hole in the engine compartment. There's no place to screw it in. So I might just drill it on and thread it and put that one in there. We'll see. Alright, master cylinder is on. All the connections are there. Now time to screw this guy in place. Yep, well, the rest of it I'm going to hand tighten. This is rated at 20 foot-pounds. The other side is a little bit too tight for me to get this wrench and air wrench in there, so I'll do that one by hand. This guy here I'll finish off by hand, 20 foot-pounds if you need to. I do it by feel at 20, that's nothing. My 5-year-old has more strength. See you back in a minute. Alright, car is running. No more hissing sound under the dashboard. What you want to do once everything is back in place is actually bring your ear close. Make sure you don't hear any suction sound whatsoever. Suction sound could be from a bad seal behind the master cylinder. As a matter of fact, I forgot to mention, but you may or may not get a new seal that goes between the master cylinder and the booster. I didn't. Maybe it fell out of the box or something, but my seal was beautiful, looked like brand new, so didn't matter. This little guy, it might release air. Between here, it might release air, and of course, inside, you want to make sure that underneath the pedal, down under there somewhere, sorry, I'm not going to grab a flashlight, it's too hot. You want to check there, make sure that there's no more hissing sound, that everything's nice and quiet. Other than that, I didn't go ahead and do that extra screw hole over here on this intake, because for whatever reason the screws went in very nicely with my hand all the way down, and then I just needed to tighten a couple turns and I was done. Getting out, on the other hand, was a different story. Well, thank you for watching. I hope this helped you, and please comment if you think I messed up something, or if you liked it. This is my first video ever, and I'll expect to get millions of hits and retire next year because of it. Goodbye.